All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for our virtual kickoff to Let's Walk Florida today. I am Lori Johnson. I am the Family and Consumer Science Agent for UF-IFAS Extension here in Lake County. So I will be your virtual tour guide for the next 6 weeks to help with your health and wellness journeys. So this is being recorded. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box, or I will stop at different times and allow plenty of time for questions. So don't feel afraid to ask. If you're not sure how to unmute, just wave some hands, put a thumbs up or something, and I will get to your question and help you unmute if you need help. All right. So today's presentation is going to give you an overview of the program and help answer those questions besides all those materials I started to send out of kind of what we're doing for the next 6 weeks. All right. So Let's Walk Florida is a 6 week online educational program with the overall goal of what? Health and wellness. That's everybody's goal every day. And we want to help you achieve your health goals and also maintain those wellness goals you have set. My goal is to help you reach those personal goals. Everybody has different goals. And so my goal is to help you with your personal goals. So how I'm going to do that is each week on Monday mornings, you will receive an email from me. So if you don't have an email from me, check your spam filters or something else. Sometimes they end up there, not always. Or if there's restrictions on some of our inboxes, sometimes we have problems there. But on Monday morning, probably around 8:30 or 9 a.m., you should receive a email from me. So if you don't have it by mid-morning, please email me and say, I didn't get your email, and we can figure out what happened. But every Monday morning for the next 6 weeks, you should get an email from me. And so in that, there's going to be an attachment. It's a PDF document, so it's going to be your e-guide. So those are our weekly lessons. Each one is going to have a different theme. It's going to have exercises. It's going to have all different information in it. So that's our program is going to be those e-guides. So the other part of your email is if you get it and you can't open it for some reason, contact me and we will walk through what the issue seems to be. Also, new this year, I've partnered with the Parks Department, and they've provided me 6 different parks to highlight each week here in Lake County. I know we have some folks doing this outside of Lake County, which is great. We welcome you. But these are going to be parks in Lake County. And so I encourage you to check out the parks if you can. There will be this week a link to a website where you can see all of the parks. So if the ones that are highlighted are not near you, you can see all of the parks and what they have to offer. And then each week I will attach a photo and a link of a little bit about a different park. If any participants are interested in making a meetup group or something like that through parks, to visiting the parks, let me know and I will connect all of you via email and you guys can determine if you want to do that together on a certain day. It's really up to you. Due to my schedule, I'm not able to participate in that, but I encourage you if you'd like to walk together to do that and enjoy the parks that we have here in Lake County. Not required to participate, but just want to mention that. All right, so why walking? Well, walking is free, right? We don't need a membership. We don't need special equipment. You get to get out, and so this connects really well with our parks. Even if you don't go to the park, if you just make some laps around your house or get some laps in your own neighborhood or in an indoor walking area, it's a great time and a great way to get in those steps and to be more active. So even though this is called Let's Walk Florida, any activity is going to count. So we want your physical activity to be anything that you can get in each week and increase it as you are able to. So what will count is any type of moderate or vigorous physical activity, and we'll talk about what those are. As you can see listed here, examples of moderate would be hiking. I know in Florida we're pretty flat, so maybe it's just walking. Water aerobics, yoga, brisk walking, or vigorous would be that next level. So running, jogging, swimming, other aerobics, or bicycling. So how do you know if you're doing these different activities and what the level is? So you can determine by the talk test. So the talk test is if you're doing moderate activity, so those water aerobics, you can probably talk, but you can't sing during that activity, right? Your heart rate's up. It's kind of, you gotta have a conversation, but you're not doing a karaoke tune right now. And then if you're doing a vigorous intensity, such as jump rope or running, you probably won't be able to say a full sentence. You're going to get in a couple words, but your heart rate's really high up there. Now, if you are not at either one of these levels, that's okay. If you are just at the walking level, then I want you to walk. This program is all about where you're at and improving your physical activity for where you're at. So keep that in mind. Because again, any movement matters. So we want to build up over time and then use the activity that's right for us. So of course, our no matter what stage of life you're in, health and wellness activities contribute to a lot of different health things. So such as controlling our weight, so helping to keep you at a regular weight or achieve that positive weight. Also reducing your risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic conditions. Also helps with your strength training, so decreasing that fall risks. So if we are doing activities that are appropriate and we're keeping our muscles nice and strong, then we're decreasing that risk for falls. And then just our everyday tasks, whether it be going to the grocery store, doing laundry, all of those things we need to keep doing. So we want to do them safely. And so regular physical activity is going to help keep you nice and strong. And of course, it can always improve your longevity. The more we take care of ourselves, hopefully the longer we all live. That's my goal. But we want to just try to keep in mind again what our goals are, some of those big picture goals, but then how are we going to get there? And daily physical activity is a big part of that. So, other benefits. So, on the mental and emotional side of things, being active is going to help reduce our stress. It helps improve your sleep, and it improves your mood. So, being active for just 30 minutes a day can have all of these benefits to us. So, a lot of folks think, oh, if I just eat healthy, that eating healthy, it goes together with that physical activity. We can't have one without the other. So keep that in mind. And then that better sleep is also attributes to those chronic health conditions. So we want to take care of ourselves, and make sure we're getting the right amount of rest. All right, there is two different tracks. It's the same information for both. I just mentioned the two different tracks because these are maybe some of the different wellness goals that you're going to go for the amount of minutes. But again, keep in mind your current activity. So I always like to tell folks, make those bigger goals, but over the next 6 weeks, what are we focusing on? So think about where you're starting. If you currently do less than 30 minutes of activity a day, your overall goal would be to improve your health just at the end of it by getting to that 150 minutes of activity. If there are limitations and it's been suggested to do less than that for your health conditions for whatever reason, then you focus on less than that, and that can still be a health goal. And then if you currently do 30 minutes of physical activity every day and you're really trying to step that up, then by the end you would be doing 75 to 150 minutes of that vigorous activity or 150 minutes to 300 of moderate activity. So it really is up to you. I will not ask for did you meet your specific goal? It's all individual. But those are just some goals. If you're looking for the number of minutes and the intensity levels, this gives you an idea. But again, if you're very sedentary and you're just trying to move more, we're doing that health track. And if we can get to 30 minutes a day, that's great. If we're not there yet, then meet that goal where you're at. In email that I sent with the link for this call, you would have received these documents that you see here on the screen. Again, these are just for you. And the thing you want to think about is we'll talk about the goals first. You want to think about big picture, right? We all have those big picture goals. Maybe it's to lose weight. Maybe it's to get a better hemoglobin A1C for our diabetes. Maybe it's to lower our blood pressure. That's a bigger goal. And then we might have some smaller goals in there. And then we might want to have some things that we call our wow goals, are within 1 week. So what I want you to think about is the sheet on the left talks about my personal goals. Think about over the next 6 weeks, which is pretty short term. 1 week is really short term, but 6 weeks is really short term. Think about over the next 6 weeks what you would like to start to accomplish. You may reach that goal. It may be a part of a larger goal that you need more than 6 weeks, and that's okay. But you want to think about what types of goals would be good to set for your health goals. And when you do that, you want to be specific. So if I said, well, I want one of those to be, I want to lose weight, that's not really measurable. So it might be a certain amount of inches. It might be a certain amount of pounds. It might be that you just don't eat a lot of vegetables. And to help you have better health and wellness, you need to choose more green vegetables. So being specific as much as possible. The other thing you want to think about is so you can measure it. The other thing is you want to be realistic with yourself. So I am not a runner. I can power walk, but I am not a runner. So if I put on there that I'm going to run a half marathon at the end of this, that would be an unrealistic goal because I don't run. I can walk really fast. So think about what's really realistic for you because, again, this is your health journey. I'm here to be your cheerleader. These materials are great to get you on the path or keep you on the path. But think about what's good for you because if we don't set realistic goals, it's kind of like those New Year's resolutions. They're good for the first 10 days of 2025 and then they kind of go by the wayside. So think about what's realistic for you in that health and wellness journey. So it could be the activity. Maybe you want to play badminton twice a week. Maybe you want to walk for 15 minutes a day because currently you don't walk at all. So think about what's right for you. And then I mentioned those wow goals. So think about each week as you get the weekly e-guides, it would be really great if you took a sticky note or a dry erase board or you put it on your phone, whatever you want to do, whatever you would see, wherever you would see it the most often during that week and write a within 1 week goal. So you have these three big goals and then what's your within 1 week goal? So each week, as you get the e-guide, make a new goal. You may have goals that you want to set for yourself each week without even seeing the e-guides. That's great too. But at least every week when you read the e-guide and you get some different information, it could be on that information or it could be something else you're working on with your health and wellness journey, make a within 1 week goal. The other thing on this paper is the accountability partner. And so this could be somebody in the program. This could be somebody that's in your household. It could be a neighbor. It could be somebody that doesn't even live in the state that you can talk to on the phone or email with. All different ways. Maybe you Zoom with them. But you want somebody that can hold you accountable. So it helps be another cheerleader. Who else can, and you don't have to fill out the name and phone number. You're not sending this to me, But for you to know who is your accountability partner, and it's important to have that person. If anybody doesn't have an accountability partner, email me. I'll send you some extra encouragement. But I want you guys to think about who can help you have conversations and try to, either go walking with or encourage you to eat your green veggies and other things on your plate, whatever it may be. We're all at different stages. I don't judge. I'm here to support you. But think about who can be that accountability partner. Okay, so the weekly e-guides, as I mentioned, are going to have some different focuses. So the different focuses you'll see are listed here on the screen. We're going to talk about physical wellness, mental wellness, weight management, and chronic disease prevention and management. The physical wellness content will increase your knowledge of the importance of physical activity, of your skills, of different aerobic, strength training, and flexibility exercises. I always put caution to the physical activity part of this, which I know it's a big physical activity program, is make sure if you do have limitations that you consult your healthcare provider to make sure what you're wanting to try is still okay for you. I want everybody healthy but safe during this whole process. And then in the mental wellness, we're going to look at the science behind physical activity and emotional well-being. The weight management, of course, that's a great part of and a big part of nutrition, but that's going to help you support those healthy habits and adopting them, not just for these 6 weeks, but beyond those 6 weeks. And then in chronic disease management and prevention, we'll look at the overview of the link between physical activity and chronic disease and give you different tips to help manage those and hopefully prevent them. And then each of these guys, again, will give you the opportunity as you read it to make those goals. You may want to tweak those 3 goals you made. Don't get discouraged if partway through you're not meeting them. Maybe they just need some tweaking. Maybe we're a little overachievers and we need to tweak. But try to look at the e-guides and then think of a within 1 week and look at your overall goals as well. All right, so tracking and apps. I know technology can be a love-hate relationship, including myself. So there's a couple different things. So if you're looking for an app on your phone, the most recommended one is MyFitnessPal. They have a free version and then they have a paid version with more features. And so if you're looking for a electronic way to track your food and track some activity, you can use MyFitnessPal. Just keep in mind that if you add your activity in, it's going to add extra calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, you might want to keep that separate or just don't eat the extra calories it gave you for your activity. Maybe add your activity at the end of the day. Keep that in mind because that can be confusing sometimes. If you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or lots of other trackers, a lot of those sync up right to MyFitnessPal. The activity tracker that I provided you in this program does not. This is a low cost but really nice tracker. I used to use a different one in these programs and I had mixed results with them. So we're going to this one. So everybody should have received this. If you didn't, let me know. I know some were mailed out last week. For the most part, they should have gone out. So what I have found, I got mine a little bit later because I was making sure everybody else got theirs first. So I'm still working on it. But what I found is the charging, it was pretty easy to get it going, except if you didn't attach the straps, I'm gonna try to hold this up to my camera. There is this little metal piece on the strap that you have to push over for the little pin to go in. Otherwise, the strap doesn't connect. It took me a little bit, I know. But if you have issues putting on the strap, put the one side in and then pull that little pin and it'll sit right in there. If you have questions, then let me know on that. And then what I found is just put this in a flat spot to charge because the magnet here and the cord is kind of short to plug it in. If you move it ever so slightly, the magnet comes off. So just try to put it in a spot where you're not going to kind of bang into it. I haven't been able to have mine long enough to see if the 7-day charge is true, but in previous different watches I've had, they last a couple days. It will show you a battery. It will show you a battery up at the top, and that's your charge. There's also different faces to this. So what I mean by different faces is your screen might look different than mine right here. And when you go into the app on your phone, because that's another part that you download, if you don't download it, then I think that you can still use the watch. It's just not going to keep the history that it would on the app. A previous watch that I had used, you had to use the app because then it was not charging and syncing and all of that. So I don't think this one is like that, but it is a free app. And then the other thing I found is that my audio, because you have to connect to Bluetooth, and my audio from my phone, if I was on watching a video on my phone or something, was coming through here. And so you have to go to the settings. So when you pull this down, there's a little menu. It looks like a little nut, like a little screw nut, circle, round, and then it'll say audio Bluetooth. You don't want that on unless you want sounds coming through your phone. So if you're going to use this as to answer phone calls and messages and hear all that, then you would want audio Bluetooth on. If you don't, then just slide the bar so that it's not blue. Because otherwise, the sounds of everything from your phone will come through this watch. That took me a little bit of time to find, so I just wanted to mention that because that was not so obvious to me, but there's other settings as well. A lot of these you just kind of have to play around. But what I found is that when you slide, trying to do this, so hopefully it's kind of big. You slide it. Actually, let me see if I can change my. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I'm going to try to change my screen so I am big. Let's see. Spotlight. It didn't work. All right. I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. Now you're going to see me big. This is probably much better. All right. So I pulled down from the side and I got that setting. So it's like this. I know it's kind of blurry, guys. I'm sorry. It's like this circular round thing. And it was the third thing down and it said audio Bluetooth. So that's what I just showed you there. I'm going to hit the side again. So I found if you, it's not going to work this time. There we go. All right. So either pulling down from the top or swiping from the sides, you get kind of this menu with all these different buttons. And there's a lot. You can use this for steps and that's it. And you don't have to use anything else. But there's a button with, or there's an option with like 6 dots. So that's going to take me to everything. So you see this. I know it's not really showing up on my computer. I know you just see all the circles. But what you can see is there's one that's like a heart with a line through it that measures your blood pressure. And again, it's an average. It's not a all the time, but it would give you a measure to go with. It measures your oxygen, it measures your heart rate. And then when you get into the activity, which is the ones I wanted to highlight, it's towards the bottom of this one. So on mine, it's the third row down. It's like got a blue and it's like barbells. So that one you would see walking and running, but if you keep scrolling, there's all different activities. And so it'll say open goal next to that. If you just hit it, it will track the amount of time that you've done it. It'll do 1, 2, 3, go, and then it'll start tracking it. So you don't have to use this part of it. I'm just showing you some different options. And then I'm going to go back to, you can set some different goals. I'm going to go back to my little The other thing about the steps, it's like a red, green, and blue triangle. And if I click on that, it just looks like a little triangle. It doesn't really look like anything. But if you scroll up, a lot of their screens, you just need to be on them and scroll up. It will tell you how many steps, how many calories, and how much exercise you had. And then it will tell you the last 7 days how much exercise you had. So if you, a lot of these screens, if you keep scrolling up or down, it when you're on that feature, it will show you more information. Or if you wanted to take your blood pressure or um, heart rate, you just have to hit the little arrow that's on that screen. The other one is there's like a red circle with a little barbell, and that's just gonna be your exercise data. So if you recorded a lot of this, so if you use that blue barbell and recorded your walking and recorded your badminton and recorded your swimming, it's going to show you that. There's a lot of features on here that you may not want, and that's okay. I was just trying to find a more reliable battery with a step thing, and then this gives you some more options. Now, the face thing I want to go back to. So I'm gonna hold mine with this. So you see mine, I know it's blurry. Don't really know how else to do it. But mine has like yours might have just a clock feature. So in the app, which I'm gonna hold open, which in your booklet there was a little QR code for the app. If you need help, let me know. You see on my phone, this is when I open the app, there is these little uh the screen doesn't want to like me today. Hold on, guys. Sorry. There's different options when you open it up. Close it. So on the bottom, the third thing over looks like a little watch. That's how you personalize yours with different notifications. But there's these different faces. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that if you want to see the steps on the open screen, like when your watch is just on without going through all those features, you can choose one of these that will show you the steps on there. They might show you the heart rate. That's with the little heart picture. But that's how you get the different screen covers. And again, if you need help beyond this, let me know. But I just wanted to show this one because if we're just focusing on steps, you just kind of pick which face you want and it will show on your screen that way. So I know right now I better get moving today because I only have this will show I only have 1,300 steps right now. So I need to get moving. I wanted it to be on the front of my screen when I opened it up. So that's a little bit about, there's a lot in here. So it's up to you. And if you need more tutorial, you let me know what you're specifically trying to do, and then I'll help you work through the watch. But I will, if I don't know the answers, I will find the answers or figure it out um, as we go. But it's a pretty nice tracker, got some good reviews, so I'm hopeful that it's helpful for you. At least in the step part. If you want something beyond that, feel free. If anybody has issues getting the app, let me know. We'll set up some one-on-one time and I will walk you through as much as I can. All right. We're going to come back to the watch and any other questions. I just have a few more slides. All right, tracking. So the other part of this is tracking. So in your email, you did get some paper logs. Some folks like to, let me just unpin myself. Some people like to write on remove spotlight. That's what I wanted. Okay. Some people like to write on the paper logs. You can make your own logs. What really matters at the end of the week is that you report minutes to me. So whether you put it on your phone, whether you get it from your watch, however it might be, that you provide minutes. And so how you're going to do this is each week when I send you an e-guide, I'm going to send you the link. It's going to be the same link every single week. But it's the same website where you made an account to sign up for Let's Walk Florida. And you're going to go in and you're going to put in your information to log in. You're going to make sure you choose Lake County. Otherwise, I can't see your minutes. And then you're going to, as you can kind of see, there's a little picture over here on the right. This is just an example. It will give you Monday through Sunday, and just make sure you're clicking on the calendar. So the program starts today. So you're going to see Monday, February 3rd through February 9th. That's the first week of minutes. So next Sunday night or next Monday morning when I send out the link, you're going to log in what you did from February 3rd to February 9th. Then the following Monday, you're going to do the 10th through the 16th. So we want to make sure that at the end of every week, when I send you that new e-guide, you log your minutes for the previous week. If you don't, you will get an email from me on Wednesday, because those minutes are very valuable to being implementing the program. So I'm not going to judge, I promise. If you didn't have a good week, it's okay. I just want to have minutes if you were ill, if you had anything, if it was just zero, then I can note that there was zero because you were ill, but there's no judgment. I just want you to make sure you're logging your minutes. And if you have issues logging minutes, let me know. But the link will always be the same, so you can keep that handy, or each Monday I will be sending the link again. So that way you can log those minutes in and stay off my naughty list. And it doesn't, I'm going to go back. It's not going to ask for steps. It's just going to ask for total daily minutes. So whether are just getting it through steps, think about how active you are. Would it add up to 30 minutes, or it's just steps? We want to get to that moderate to vigorous level, but even if you just went for a walk for 30 minutes, count that good walk, where you got up your heart rate a little bit higher than just doing things around your house. So steps matter, but in this reporting, we're going to look at minutes. All right, and then always keeping in mind, I know we had a cool spell, but it gets hot in Florida. I know 80s are predicted this week. If you're some other location, take in mind your weather areas. But think about when it's great and safe to participate in physical activity. Always make sure you're staying hydrated with water before, during, and after exercise. Remember, certain medications withdraw more of your water intake, and so they get you dehydrated really quickly. So making sure if you're on other medications, you're kind of upping the game on your water intake anyway. Always start at a slower pace. Remember, you don't have to go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. We want you to be safe. We want you to increase your physical activity, but do it in the rate that's good for you. Of course, we know that early and then later in the day can be better, but we can know it can be 80 degrees at 8 a.m. So just keep that in mind, and wear light clothing, making sure you're wearing moisture wicking clothing to kind of allow your skin to breathe, keep you safe. If it's too hot to go outside, I tried to do this earlier in the year, so we're not walking in July here, but find somewhere inside to walk or do your activities to be safe. But just keep in mind keeping yourself hydrated to be healthy. All right. And then before I open it for questions, just know I'm here. So if you have questions on the e-guides that come out, if you have questions on the watch, if you have questions on your personal goals and or you're not getting information sent to you, whatever it might be, just contact me at any time. Because I don't know if there's a problem if you don't tell me. So I'm here to support you. I know a virtual program is a little bit different, but this program does work. It's been very successful. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to have the parks highlight each week. Um, but I'm here to help you and get the goals out of this program that you need help with, or additional resources if you need them, because they might be resources that I could share with other folks as well that might be helpful. But make sure you take time to read those e-guides every week. When they come out, make sure that you're logging your minutes every week. And then, if you need extra support, that's what I'm here for. All right, so with that, what questions do we have? Feel free to unmute, raise your hand, put it in the chat box.
Hi, this is Jane.
Mhm.
Um, my watch won't stay turned on. Is there something that I have to do to fix that? I can push the the little
Side
thing
button
on the side and it turns on, but then it goes off
goes
again.
off. Yes, so that is in a setting. I noticed that myself. So that was it may be on your phone, but or in the watch, but I found it in the app. So I think it's in. So I know it's in the app under the third thing where it was like the device. So it was here, wait, let me stop my share for a second. So my screen is bigger. Let me make myself pinned. Okay, so I hate that it does not show on Zoom. But when I'm in my app on the bottom, the third one over looks like a little watch. That's your device. And then
Okay.
in that one, it is because it's on like 5 seconds and you need to change it. It was hold on. I did that yesterday. Just give me 1 second. That wasn't notifications. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that's where it is. So under others, so if I'm on the little watch on the bottom and I go to others, it's like that flowery lug nut looking like thing. And I click on that. And then I go to auto lock under display. It's the fourth one down. It says auto lock. If you click it over to the side right now, it's probably on 5 seconds. You can choose up to 30 seconds.
Okay.
I know my
And then that's the other thing in the app. I can't get it to recognize the
to
watch.
sync it. Did
I
you try?
can't get the syncing going on. Now, my iPhone is a old model, so I don't know if it's my phone or not.
It should, so first question is, did you have your Bluetooth on? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's in the booklet, it had, I think, where it tells us, the models so is it older than a 9, iPhone 9?
I think so.
So that's
I'll
probably,
check with my husband to see, but so if the phone's older than a 9, it's not going to
it's not going to
connect to
sync.
my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if my iPad is newer. Maybe I could try
You could
connecting it.
probably download the app there. Yeah. So in the front part of that booklet, for smartphones, if you have an iPhone, it has to be a 9 or newer, and an Android if it's a 5 or higher.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will check that part out and see if
Sure.
that's the reason.
Awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
any other questions? Oh, go ahead. Yep. Let me unmute you. Oh, can I unmute you? I muted you. Hold on, Brenda.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I just unmuted myself. Will there be a list of persons who may want to join up? How would we find the
So,
contact?
yeah. So if you email anybody that is interested in maybe making a walking little group, email me and then I will wait till after this recording goes out so that those couldn't join if they want to join as well. Then I will send out by tomorrow. I will send those that asked to be a little walking group. I will email your names to each other and put you on one email thread. I'll copy myself on it, but feel free to, you don't have to include me once you guys get going. And then you guys can determine if you want to walk together certain days, if it's going to work for anybody. But yes, just email me if you're interested and say walk interested in walking group, and then I will put those names together and send them out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've never done that before, so it's one of my goals.
Yeah, yeah, I think it would be great. I know everybody's spread out in Lake County and we all have different schedules, but I wanted to open it to the opportunity to the group to see if you guys want to do that. So, yeah, excellent.
I am challenged as far as trying to get through the apps in the watch, but I'll keep working on it. So you may hear from me.
Yeah, and that's okay. I know it has a lot. I tried to get mine up and running a little sooner than I would have liked. I also have a 7 month old, which takes a little bit of time. So I didn't get as much time as I wanted this weekend to myself. I was making a cooking video at 9:30 last night. So that's my life. But I am here to support you guys. And it is a lot of features on this, I know. But it did get better reviews than some of my other ones. So we will work through it to make it user friendly as much as possible. But if you
Mhm.
need one-on-one help, let me know. We can set up a call like this. We can set up go back and forth in emails, whatever it might be. But I'm here to help you with these watches
Thank you for answering my questions.
anytime. Any other questions? I know we don't have everybody on today. We have a total of 18 in the program. So I know some folks' schedules didn't warrant to be able to join for the virtual kickoff, so they'll be joining us, but watching a little bit later. But any other questions for right now?
Not at this time.
All right. So I'm gonna